Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator. Sorry for the slight delay this morning. Had to take care of a few things before I went live and kind of lost track of time, but here we are. Nonetheless, Mr. Addies, are you here? Mr. Addies, paging Mr. Addies. Are you here, Joseph? Yes, no, maybe? All right, well, I'm going to give you a minute or more to respond. If you don't, Joseph, then we're going to just plod on. All right, well, let's go. All right, so we are in the Supermarine Spitfire. We're going from Junction City to Beatrice in Nebraska. So we're going from Kansas to Nebraska. It's only a 28-minute flight, so it's going to be a short one today. Not going to be a usual long couple hours or whatever. So we're just going to get in here. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Daniel. So let's get in here, get the plane started up. Please read the description if you have any questions. There's a lot of information there that most questions have already been answered there, and those are the questions that I have gotten that fairly regularly, so that's why they're there. So including what aircraft I have, such. So there you go. So let's get in here, get the plane set up or started up, and then we'll go from there. Let's get that. And oh, this. We need that. We need the battery. Right there. Need that there. That about there. I think that should do. Wobble the pump a little bit. Morning, Bex. It's snowing here. Oh, no, that sucks. All right. Just a little bit. Go. Right. And we will put on the... Oh, we just need the lights. Lights there. There we go. There's that. And let's talk to control. It's probably a, yeah, it's a non-towered airport.
Tree Juliet Charlie traffic Froggy 2377 is taxiing to runway 36. Oh, I probably have to get the plane moving in order for it to show me a path to 36. I think it's down there at the other end there. Yep, there it goes.
everybody's having a good day. Happy Saturday to everybody. Well, wasn't that quite the interesting evening last night in mixed chat there, Bex? Well, and Pulses. We had some interesting characters last night, didn't we? Quite entertaining and quite eye-opening also, I guess, in a way. I'm going to nip out, but alright, no problem. We'll be here. Still taxing, so you'll be back in time for the flight, I'm sure. So that was some really strange stuff last night. Alright, yeah, close. Well, you know, and I was thinking about it after the stream ended, where that one person had basically said that we were, you know, making fun of Mr. Addies and all that, and I said, well, you know, we've known each other for quite some time, a lot of us have, so, you know, and then he says, well, and I said, I can assure you there's a lot of us in here, or all of us would defend Mr. Addies. And he said, well, I wouldn't know that because I'm new here. And I'm thinking, well, then you did, because he's like, I didn't jump to conclusions. Well, then you just admitted you jumped to conclusions. So which one is it? You know, you can't have it both ways. You definitely did jump to conclusions. So anyway. I just thought that was kind of entertaining in a way that they tried to make it seem like they were innocent of everything, and it's like, no, you basically called people out without understanding the situation. That's not cool. Alright, we're going to need this whole runway really here.
3 Juliet Charlie traffic Froggy 2377 taking off runway 36 north departure.
Alright, here we go. Yeah. See, that part I didn't catch, Bex, but I'm glad you did.
Supermarine Spitfire 2 miles north of 3 Juliet Charlie 1,200 feet. Request flight following.
Froggy 2377 approach. Squawk 4452.
Hey, there's Fort Riley. I've been there.
Froggy 2377.
So Junction City is basically the military town.
Contact 3 miles north of 3 Juliet Charlie 3,900 feet. Altimeter 30.43.
Roger Froggy 2377.
043. I hadn't paid attention to the misspelling that he made or anything. I was just like, I immediately honed in on the fact that he was saying that we weren't doing anything to help Mr. Addies, and it's like, well, I think we all care a great deal about him, so I think you're a bit mistaken there. Anyway, good times. So there's Manhattan Regional. So Manhattan, basically, so there's Marshall. So there's Fort, that's the airport we just took off from. There's Fort Riley right there. And you can see, now it doesn't look like it's, there is a hill, but there's not much to it, because the main post is up there on the hill, as they call it. There's a famous joke from Fort Riley. When you get there, they tell you, what's the last thing that that General Custer said before he left Fort Riley? Don't change anything until I get back. So the old post is still there, basically, but the more modern post is up the hill and is on the half loop, basically, or it's go up, but it's basically a big loop. But so that's why we would go to Manhattan quite a bit to when we, on the weekends, Friday night, Saturday night. But a lot of great fishing around here too. I think the lake, yeah. So this lake here, if I'm not mistaken, was created by the Army Corps of Engineers. Now there's a dam, and just on the opposite side of the dam, there's a fish, fishing hatchery, I guess, where they breed fish and all that. And you can fish. You can't fish at the hatchery, but you can fish next to it. So you can, it's not a bad place to go just to hang out if you enjoy fishing or whatever. I caught some smallmouth bass, some walleye, cooked it up, it was really good. So yeah, good stuff. But the winters, the winters were just too much, because there's nothing blocking that wind, like I said the other day, and it's just is miserable during the winter. So, yeah, exactly, Bex. Exactly. You hit the nail right on the head. Like, when I first started watching British Aces streams, or Richard when he was streaming, I waited. I didn't comment right away because I wanted to get a sense of who people were, so that I kind of knew what was happening and all that. And then once, it was probably about a month or so before I actually started commenting in the chat, because I was like, okay, I think I know who people are now. Like I didn't, Daniel's a mod over on Joe's stream. And so I was getting used to knowing who people were and all that. So I tried to pay attention to, the streamer and the people who were the regulars, because they have their own relationships. They built that, online relationship with other people. And so it would be wrong of me to go in there and say, oh, Joe, you're saying all these things and I don't appreciate this, and because he'd be like, okay, I don't know what to tell you, So there's a lot of stuff that gets said that it doesn't need to be you're making assumptions about people, and you're without really understanding the nature of their friendship or whatever. So yeah, it doesn't go well. You're right, and it certainly was. When he started saying all that, I was like, wait a minute, you're new here. I don't think you've got the story wrong, first off, and yeah, you really need to think about what you're saying, because you're just making some really off the wall accusations to people. So, but anyway, people, unfortunately, people do that. They misread a situation. In a way, it's like they're white knighting, and that's a term I've heard before, where they see somebody in distress and they're like, this is wrong, so I have to point it out that it's wrong, and so they feel that they are coming to the rescue. Like, I think that's what he felt last night, like he was coming to the rescue of Mr. Addy's. And it's like, dude, I think you're misreading the entire situation here. Well, not I think, I know he was.
Froggy 2377, contact Kansas City Center on 127.35. Good day.
That was quite
Going to
interesting last night, that's for sure.
127.35 Froggy 2377. Kansas City Center, Froggy 2377, 10,500 feet.
Froggy 2377, Kansas City Center, altimeter 30.43, continue as planned.
Oops. And then, Mick kind of started being diplomatic about it and trying to get the guy to, like, hey, so, which was good. He tried to de-escalate the situation. But, yeah. Compared to the other person who came in previously and was wanting their name to be said on Mick's stream, and then I didn't know he was over in Pulse's chat as well. So, wow. Pardon me, I have a sip of coffee here. Guess Mr. Addy slept in this morning. Didn't respond back. I let him know I was going live, and he didn't say anything, so, well, I'll make it so he can watch it later on. Once we're done, I'll take it off the 18 plus thing. So, yeah. Anyway, good stuff. Tomorrow we'll be in the G44A, going from Southern Seaplane base there in Belle Chase, going to a area called Venice, which I believe is still in Louisiana. We're going to be landing on the water there, so that should be a good flight. Monday, we will be in the Beechcraft Baron, going from Topeka to Omaha. Tuesday, Telluride to Oklahoma City. Wednesday, Amarillo to San Antonio. Thursday, Yellowknife to Hay River. I'm really looking forward to that flight, after I've been watching the Ice Pilots Northwest Territories show on Netflix, or not Netflix, on Amazon Prime through IMDb. So, good stuff. Yeah, we climbed. We gotta start dropping some altitude.
Kansas City, center altimeter 30.43, continue as planned.
We're heading pretty much north here. Yay. Yeah, it'll be a quick little flight today. Nothing too long. Should be a good flight. It really kind of wears you out after a while with the doing the couple hours and all that. But I do enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. It's just after a while it does get to be a bit much. So. Now, there may be a flight that's canceled next week. I don't know which one yet. Hopefully not the Friday one, but I don't know. So, once I know for sure, I will try to let everybody know. If not, if you don't see me within a reasonable amount of time, then assume that the flight's been canceled. And, some wind up here. Surprised Mick's not here. Usually he loves catching these Spitfire flights. Might be taking a load off today. Either that, he's got to do dad stuff. Now let's see if we can talk to our airport yet. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Blue Rapids Airport. Oh, Blue Rapids. Oh boy. Blue Rapids. I have some rather interesting memories of Blue Rapids, some of which I cannot repeat here. Me and a couple of my Army buddies used to go up there on the weekends. One of my roommates was dating a gal up there, and so we go up there and party. There was like a old bridge that was kind of like halfway demolished, and so we would go there and just drink and yeah. Good stuff. Good times. Kind of. Sort of. Interesting times, let's put it that way. So as soon as it pops up, we'll call in for our landing clearance on runway 36. Put this thing on the ground. Oh, there it is, right there. Oops. rather odd. E6, please, thank you.
Kilo Bravo India Echo Traffic Froggy 23772
Another
1 miles,
non-powered.
south 9,800 feet, inbound to land runway 36.
So what we'll do is we'll fly over the airport, of course, and then we'll come in and make our own path to the landing. I'm just going to get the layout so I'm sure I know which way I'm looking. Beatrice Municipal. Alright, so 3-6. So we're going to come around. So basically the way we're heading kind of right now is we're almost in line with the runway right there. But we're going to pass over it just to identify it, and then we'll come around and we'll put it down on the ground. I don't know if Daniel's going to make it back in time for... Oh! There he is! Speak of the devil. I was wondering if you were going to make it back in time. Ta-da! Daniel made it back. But yeah, just a quick flight today. I thought it was going to be a little bit longer, but it's really hard sometimes. Like the estimated flight time doesn't always pop up when I create a flight, so I wasn't sure how quickly this was going to happen, but it's all good. Main roads are getting covered. See, we're supposed to get a storm today. We had a little bit yesterday, but it wasn't very significant. It was just, little flurries here and there, and it was already gone by the time it hit the ground. It never really built up, but we're supposed to get about an inch or two today here. That's what they've said. Now we may get nothing. Who knows? Town of Sicily, Nebraska. That's an interesting name. A lot of farmland here. Wow, we got a heck of a crosswind. Oh, nice. Good deal, Daniel. Good stuff. Alright, so we'll pick our landmarks here as we near the runway or the airport so that we can kind of pick out how we're going to line this thing up. Interesting. See, I thought I saw lights for an ILS approach, but that's a very short runway for an ILS approach. Huh. And what we'll do is we'll turn that pattern stuff off just so we don't get... Don't need all that right now. Like there's a freeway, looks like, or oh, it's a river flowing through. There's the town. Alright, so that runway running north to south right there, just to the right of the KBIE marker, that's where we're going to land. And then there's the marker for Beatrice itself. Alright, well that's kind of, they do have lights. That's interesting for a non-towered. Huh. Good stuff. Approach 6 31, so we can make that happen. All right, well, there's our target. That's the longer of the two runways, so I figured we'd pick that one just so we have distance to stop if necessary. Pull a little bit back on the propeller to go. Rob was just surprised you weren't here yet. Said you were sorting. Oh. Oh. Hello, Mick. I was looking at the chart for the landing here, so I didn't see you pop in. Well, thank you for showing up. You got here just in time for the best part, hopefully. Good old landing. Ooh, got some jam donuts yesterday. Nice, Daniel. I apologize about that. I was just checking to make sure I kind of had any other information I might need for the landing in my noggin, so that I know what is getting ready to happen, hopefully. Canopy open in case we have to bail out. You know, I got up this morning thinking Mr. Addis was going to be live, and I realized he was talking about Sunday, not Saturday. I was like, hey, I thought he was going to live, and then I'm like, oh yeah, he said Sunday, not Saturday. Yes, kids, including the wife. Mick happened to do the dad and husband duties. Uh-oh. You should get a medal for that one then, Mick. I salute you, sir. The snow seems to be getting thicker. Uh-oh. That's not good. Ooh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh. Boy, that, Ooh. So what I noticed the trick is, once you land, things... Dude. Oh, boy. Alright, let's get it here to the end of the runway. We'll taxi over to find a parking spot there. So what I found is, once you land, you got to get back on the stick a little bit, and then, because you can counter the nose wanting to nose over when you're hitting the brakes. So that helps you stay on the ground a little bit better. So yeah, much better landings. I think we've nailed them. So good stuff. So we'll find a little taxi strip here, and we'll pull off, and then we'll find a parking spot and call it into it. No, he's eating his fish and chips first, I would reckon. That's the priority. Almost. Try writing your name. Almost, but I got it to settle back down. It was just a little bit, got a little anxious there once we hit the ground, but we were able to get it back under control. So I think that was a pretty decent landing overall. It's getting, I feel like we're finally getting better, or I am actually getting better at landing this. It took a lot of practice. Like, it's a very difficult plane to kind of deal with all of its weird peculiarities with flying it. So, but it also helped. We were basically flying into the wind, because you see the way the windsock's blowing. So, so that worked out rather well. Hello, Milla. Here just in time for the end. It was a short flight. We're only going to do that today. I haven't really thought about doing any sort of aerobatic stuff with the jets in a while, which is fine. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, and I got to find some new places to fly, I think, and see if we can find some other interesting locales. To have a bit of fun with. We'll be back tomorrow in the Grumman G44A. On behalf of myself and the entire Spitfire crew, we want to thank you for joining us today. We know that you have many options when it comes to your Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream viewing pleasures, and we are glad that you chose us. Do tune in tomorrow. Seaplane stuff. Gonna land on water. Purposely. Not by accident. Just so we're clear. There's a difference. This will be intentional, not by accident. And then the last, what do you call it? My last Scenic Sunday, we're going to go back to Miami. And we're going to fly along the coast and head up to Palm Beach Airport there. We're going to land there. It's about, be a bit of a flight, probably an hour or so, but we're going to have a nice little, take our time and enjoy the scenery and everything. So.
Kilo Bravo India Echo Traffic Froggy 2377 is clear of the
That's good.
runway.
Go ahead and taxi down here and see if we can't find a little parking spot down yonder. So yeah, the last Scenic Sunday of the month will be in Miami, so that should be a good little flight. So yeah, I think we got some good stuff planned for the coming week. Now Wednesday's flight, I think actually, before, you know what? Before I end the stream, I'll let you know for sure. I know I have 2 appointments. I think it's Tuesday and Wednesday. So Tuesday and Wednesday's flights might be later than normal. So, but I will verify that here, matter of fact. Let's see, the 1st of March and the 2nd of March. So that's Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, both of those are one's at 9, one's at 9:30. Okay, so both of those flights, Tuesday and Wednesday, will be a little bit later in the morning. Oh, God. You know, if it's not Amela and Chris always fussing at each other in a loving way, it's Daniel and Amela. Goodness gracious. Honestly, Amela, you got to pick one you're gonna fuss with. You got to it's got to be Daniel or Chris. You can't have them both. That's not fair. Ooh, field truck, where you going? Don't. Ooh, thought for sure he could have tried to back into me. I swear. Good Lord. About gave me a heart attack there. Good thing the fire truck's already there, huh? Oh, look at this fancy fire truck right here. Look at that. We're going to park right by that. Check that out. That's snazzy. What? Oh my goodness, he is trying to hit me. I swear. It's like he is. He trying to damage this old warbird. Fire department, you need to spray this guy down. Something's not right. Alright, let's go ahead and flip the battery switch. There we go. Alright, 29 minutes flying. That's not too bad. So, yeah, good little flight there. Really enjoyed that one. And I really enjoy that we're getting to grips with the landing. That's the best part of flying this thing. Taking off, it was a little bit because it was a very short runway, but we got in the air, we were fine. But the landing, I really love hitting those landings. So anyway, that's going to be it for today, folks. I do greatly appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out, even for a short while. So enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Mick, I salute you again, sir. You're a hero among heroes. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. I will see you tomorrow, 6:30 Eastern, 11:30 UK, G44, water landing on purpose. Take care. Peace. Live long and prosper.